In the end, only Becca and Zach could come. Ash, on the other hand, couldn't be reached. All my calls went straight to voicemail. He's at it again, right here today, gone the next day. Oh well, his loss. We have agreed to meet at nearby cafe. The same one I frequent with Becca because it's cheap and they give away free bread around closing time. Quaint and a little old-fashioned, though it looks a wee bit out of place amidst the city's tall buildings, but we love it all the same. Much like its facade, the interior carries an antiquated charm to it. Vintage art pieces and a row of shelves boasting an extensive collection of books covered in the walls. It would have been nice to hang out here for hours on end, but even on weekend, the place is still packed with people. Thankfully, Becca and Zach have already found seats and are engaged in some casual chatter when I arrive. It's strange seeing the two of them without Ash accompanying the other. They've never been particularly close. Sure, they talk when they meet, laugh at the same things when there's something funny, but there's distance. The kind born purely out of different interests. That or is Zach simply afraid of Becca? It's not impossible, and I don't blame him if he is. He might be the tallest in our group, but everyone knows that it means nothing against Becca's temper. Even I am a little scared of her.
Zach! Becca!
Well, you seem to be in a better mood today. What happened? I know that smile, Belle. Come on, still.
Don't rush me. Let's order food first, okay?
A waitress comes by to take our order. On a normal day, me and Becca will order a hearty serving of their special vegetarian stovage. Zach takes anything with a good helping of meat, sausages, and potatoes in it. But today's a great day. It's not wrong to indulge
Today's
a little,
special.
right?
For the three of us.
Even the person jotting down our order looks surprised at today's meal choice. She writes it and nevertheless leaves without a comment. Becca furrows her eyebrows, her mouth half open, ready to let loose what's likely a string of reprimands.
Don't worry. It's my treat.
The letter she sends my way reminds me of the one I received from Mama when I punched a kid bullying my younger brother. Bullying my younger brother 18 years ago. Naturally, I never did again after she made me apologize the next day. But Becca is far from being my mom. A small sheepish grin is enough to turn that frown into a defeated sigh. Food arises in the middle of a funny story from Zach, putting the rest of the conversation on hold as we each are served our order. This isn't anything fancy. Pan-roasted sea bass with a citrus dressing asparagus. Why do we need to know this? A portion of mashed potatoes on the side, or at least that's what the daily special board says. I never did pay attention to it whenever I come here, since they price whatever is written way above what I'm willing to spend on food on a
Oh,
single
good.
day.
I'm so hungry, I think I'm dying.
You're always hungry.
Hey! Not all the time.
Let me guess. You skipped breakfast again.
Not on purpose. I may have overslept by a few seconds today.
Right then. Stop stalling, Isabella. What's this about?
Let us say, Rebecca. She wouldn't be inviting us out if it wasn't worth hearing out.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm treating you guys to a once-in-a-century thing.
An expectant grin breaks out on my face.
I'm sorry, say that again.
And this is important because...
Becca only raises an eyebrow at me, while Zach appears like he didn't get the punchline to another lame joke Ash made, and is desperately searching for someone to explain it. Oh, well, maybe I should rephrase it. Okay, turn on, controller.
Okay, let me do that again. Guess what, guys? I'm paying! I sold the house!
As the news sinks in, their expression goes from sheer bewilderment to utter surprise. That's more like
You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, I, Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos, am free from my instant noodle binge.
Seriously?
Hold it, Belle. You sold the house?
Yep.
Which house is this? In Anselm Village? The one with the open house yesterday?
The one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that.
Oh, wow. That's...
She lets out a hum. Although she's nodding, she gives the impression of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Have some faith in me, Becca. Am I not your best friend or what?
You don't believe me?
The words tumble out of my mouth before I can stop them. I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging from the looks on their face, it seems they are too. Me and my stupid
I'm sure
mouth.
it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do believe you. But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
Look, when rich people want something, they buy shit, like, instantly. They don't wait. I know people like that. Like, literally, they see something, go, how much is this? Oh, it doesn't really fit me, but, oh, 200, oh, I'll still buy it. Like, seriously. It's not that unheard of. The paperwork happening real quick is more implausible, but finding the buyer and getting at least the basic of the contract signed is not actually that hard to believe.
It happens from time to time.
Yeah, but look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, you have something. What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out? Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
Pressured me into it more like, but I'm not going to tell Becca that, knowing her, she'd only
And she
worry.
already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra.
Something as in...
As in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm more surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money.
You don't really think they believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle. Well, there's you.
Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself.
I began their plates to my side, the food each still untouched. The laugh almost escapes my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changes to disappointment. Becca's hand interrupts me just as I'm about to pull her plate close to me.
I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
He's probably already dead. I allow myself to smile genuine and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you long enough. But today, these things simply feel a whole lot lighter with them here. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. I laugh here, a playful jab there, but most of it is spent on catching up and telling stories about whatever's keeping us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of the party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in conversations with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time. If Becca
Are you
notices,
sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Huh? No, I'm okay. No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
A pained expression crosses Zach's face, and almost immediately, Becca retreats in her inquiry as though the man's look is enough of an answer for her. I look between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a secret? This is why I don't like
You heard
waking up
about
late.
those, huh?
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place. I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances Zach, her motions unsure, eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, it has always been better to wait, let him speak on his own. Becca too, to some extent, although with her explosion of tempers are more common. In the end, he simply answered with a shift of his shoulders, just for her to go on with it.
It's his movie.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca!
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
From how her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down as soon as she sends me a heart
This
look.
isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
I dinna ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say. If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
You're giving up.
It wasn't a question.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
My palm strikes the table, sending the table on top clinking against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would at an unruly student. Becca's probably proud. I didn't mean to yell, but there are some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He of all people should
It's
know.
just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to her. What does she find so entertaining here? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his pageant for a petty reason. I haven't read what those people wrote about his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. I should know, after all, I'm...
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Whatever I'm about to say gets lost in my tongue as a flush of embarrassment blooms across
It
my
was a
face.
heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
A burst of laughter comes
Thanks,
from
you
Zach.
two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
There's no face at all, only a poor imitation of a puppy dog eyes, if you can call this one.
Promise.
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. What's night ain't for another week?
He's just sitting here hoping the horror starts soon, because... yeah. That's all the answer I needed from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's familiar in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you've walked. It's not like it's over for me, though. There's a lot of time, I can still come back. Do my own thing, do what I really want to do. Surely once Bob recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpected, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Excuse me.
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She states that as if that already explains everything. Then out of the blue, she launches a long rant about the awful state of Luxembourg streets. All of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up and make us out a single word. I stay quiet if only to avoid becoming the next object of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in
I'm
that
stuck
regard.
in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
When she's finally ran out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick moment of plea for me to meet the right interior designer in her steed.
Anyway,
and
I'll leave it to you. Bye.
Classic Rose, she ends the call without even asking for my input. The sky is cloudless and the afternoon sun is beating down at the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catch something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately, not to mention my boss's more surreal moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though the streets of Luxembourg remain constantly busy. Got a hair in my mouth. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and inane chatter among... Why am I... Freaking dysgraphia. And inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd filled the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me, Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a window shop. Does she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. Oh. She looks at me. My eyes hollow, gaze piercing and boring into my very soul, like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time. Only a plea. I hum, low and indistinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump, screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arms or her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want from Papa.
Oh no, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contours and she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There's only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my throat hoarse from screams I didn't even notice already coming out of my mouth. The back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting plank completely jolts me out of my haze, blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. The look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around
What
us.
happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the wretched sensation out.
You were screaming. Zach, call someone.
No, don't. I'm good. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt a smile to put at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stifling, everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water in the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as the group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches out for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for... Enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me. Though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the window I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over the letter sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter innocuously. Innocuously. Wow, my brain, it knows words. It can't today. And I haven't read in a while. Innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it into pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me, knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this
Thank
afternoon?
you so much for spamming my inbox, scaredy cat.
Hey, Ash.
What's wrong?
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing the papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
But you said...
Despite his light tone, his snickers only come off as annoying to my ear. I have to fight the urge to end the call right there and there. Then and there. Stupid
You're such
Ash.
an ass. And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
I pause. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic in the first place.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon. What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
Another round of chuckles come from him. Oh, I will live for the day he'll stop making fun of me. Just wait, you asshole. So I'm about to end the call, he clears his throat.
Isabella?
His sudden diffident tone sends my eyebrows shooting up into my hairline. Is the world ending today?
Yeah? Did you forget something?
Do you think we... Never mind. Good night.
Rude. Completely rude. I didn't even get to thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work, even though I'm doubtful it will. Sorry, I don't think you should date him. He's kind of an asshole, even if no. Not exactly healthy, sorry. Right now, I'll take anything. We're having some dropped frames. Sauce probably. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight, but I think we'll start this one next time. I'm gonna check this recording, make sure everything's good. So, Twitch being twitchy is, yes, Twitch being twitchy. So I'm gonna check that and just make sure all the recordings are good, and then I'll probably be back in like a couple hours or something. Just take a break so I don't overstare at a screen or overread and drive myself insane.